Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to wait till I get some help on this one. Unless I can figure out a different way to do it on my own. And right now, I'm just not seeing it. And if I keep trying this, I'm gonna run the risk of hurting my back, you know, falling off this thing or getting injured somehow. So I think the safest thing to do is just wait for some help. And I don't mind you guys showing that, because sometimes you need to, you know, make the best decision and realize you're not gonna be able to do this on your own. And you know, that's okay. Hey everyone, Jason here from Falls Hillside Home. Welcome back. Still working on the bathhouse. That's gonna be part 2 of the build. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna run another round of braces, I guess you would call them. I'm gonna do it here at the top. And I'm working by myself today, so like you saw me in the other video when I started this second run, I'm gonna use this board again. I'll put up there so I can rest my 6-inch board on top of here. It acts like an extra set of hands, if you will, and they'll stay up there while I nail it up. But now, these are all about 90 inches tall from the deck. So what I'm going to do to space that out is put this at the top, and then I'm going to put that other little support board right underneath it and nail that in, and then I could take my long 2x6 and go all the way down. I hope that makes sense, but guess what, you're going to see it. You'll see me as I do it. Everything I'll be checking for square, making sure that everything is even. And you know, the thing about these builds, man, for me anyway, they always look like they're crooked or something, but usually when I get done, it's all squared up and it does really well. But I am so excited to get this done. I want to try to, I only got 3 of the boards out of the 4 that I'm going to need to go all the way around. I'm going to have to go back to the store and get one more. So I hope to get all 3 of these boards up and a little bit of the siding up before I go to work today. All right, let's see what I can get done. All right, before I go up here and nail this other support in, I need to straighten this one up. Let's see if you can kind of see from the side here, but it's leaning in towards that way. So what I've done here is I've took my pencil, marked a line. You can see I already hit it there just a little bit, but I want to see if it would move. And I'm going to just tap it with the sledgehammer to see if I can get this to move, and hopefully I'll bring the top up here out this way. We'll see what happens. They might have just moved the entire structure instead of just that one leg. And what I should have done was I should have went ahead and marked back there on that back leg just to see if it moved the entire structure. Everything's still on the support, so you know, I'm fine with that. And there's a couple other ways I can square these up if needed, using maybe some tension straps or come along or something like that, but we'll see how it goes. All right, now I'm going to nail that other support piece on this column, and then I can put that band up. All right, so I just remembered this one's just about 1/4 of an inch taller than the rest. It's 90 1/4 inches from the deck up. So I'm going to take the tape measure on this one. Those boards are not a true 6 inches, 5 3/4. So 5 3/4 plus the extra 1/4 inch, 6 inches. I should be able to mark that 6 inches and then go from there. All right, time to go grab some framing nails. 6-inch board. I'll throw it up there and see if I can hook up the camera a little different. So I don't have to go in from this side. I don't know if you guys saw the ladder was kind of going back that way as it is on a slope a little bit. I'm by myself, so I really got to be careful. But all right, we can still get this done. I wish I could just work from the deck, but I have to reach all the way around to nail those in. But let's go get those nails and see what happens. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to wait till I get some help on this one. Unless I can figure out a different way to do it on my own. And right now, I'm just not seeing it. And if I keep trying this, I'm gonna run the risk of hurting my back, you know, falling off this thing or getting injured somehow. So I think the safest thing to do is just wait for some help. And I don't mind you guys showing that, because sometimes you need to, you know, make the best decision, realize you're not going to be able to do this on your own. And, you know, that's okay. My neighbor, Toby, a friend of mine, he says he's going to come up after school, so let's wait on him, and we should be able to get these ran up. You know, I got plenty of other projects. I still need to feed the animals before I go to work, so maybe I'll do that, and then maybe clean up some of the wood shed while I wait on him. All right, well, as soon as we can move forward, get back on it. All right, got my buddy Toby up here. We're gonna try to figure this out. We have no real plans. We're just gonna try to put it up there, nail it in. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get started.
All right.
All right, it is yet another day. Oh, several other days have passed since I really last worked on it. But you can see behind me, I did put one of the walls up using the fence boards. Hey, baby. And I finished framing up with 1x6 up there. I'll show you this. I want to show you how I did this wall later, but for now the next part's going to be, I'm going to make my door opening here, and I think today maybe I might try to make some stairs, because it's going to be really tough trying to get up there if we don't have some stairs. I don't know if I'll get to the door today, but we're going to make that doorway for sure, and then we're going to put the roof on, and then I'm going to finish going around with the walls. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do, is put the roof on first. And got these clear panels you can see over there in the trailer. I think that's going to look really cool. Kind of open it up. You won't even need to use a light during the day. Just be natural light. So kind of excited. So let's see what we can get done here. All right, so when I first nailed this up for support, and of course this is what I used to nail the fence post on too for the siding. I just went ahead and nailed all the way across. I thought that was just be easier, look cleaner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the circular saw. I'm going to set the depth of the blade here to the thickness of this board, and then I'm just going to run it right along that line. It won't affect the post at all. Even if I nick it a little bit, you're not really going to be able to see that. And then I'm going to cut another board that's going to go from post to post up here, and figure out how high I want the door to be. I guess I'll look at some standard measurements on doors before I get started on that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that cut. All right, I want to show you a little trick of setting this depth gauge. If you got a little piece of scrap from the same material, we're going to use that. And just for safety's sake, I'm going to take the battery out. Now, if you're using one with a cord, just go ahead and unplug it. I'm going to loosen up the nut here. Turn it upside down. I like to bring that little blade guard back too. It's a good thing, but sometimes it feel like it does get in the way. You can just set this along the fence. I'm going to set up along the large side of the fence here, and just adjust that right there. And now I'll go ahead and tighten down that nut, and then we're going to check again just to make sure that I got it right. Let's see if I can do this in a way where you can see it. All right, put a little scrap piece up there, and that looks about right, don't it? Like I said, even if it nicks the post, it's not going to be a big deal. You're not really going to be able to see it anyway once I'm done. So now I can put the battery back in there, and then I can run the cuts. Thought what I figured out for this door, be come down, maybe a foot, from the top, but I don't think that's going to work, and here's why. You come down a foot, it's going to be way too low. So what I'm going to do is just run one 1x6 right underneath that one. And that's going to give me plenty of supports. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to make a little frame to make it just a little higher up, so we get that lean-to look, to be able to shed the water off. And I'm going to do that next after I nail that board up. But all I did was just take 1x6, 43 inches from the outside here to the outside of here. All I did is just cut it, and I'm going to nail that up real quick. Now, again, I wanted to take a moment just to say I would definitely recommend plans, like written out plans. You can buy them, if you want to do a building or something like that. It makes this a whole lot easier. But for me, I saw something on a Facebook group that I liked, and I'm all on after it. So know what I want, but a lot of things you got to do on the fly, and that's one of those things. So if you find yourself in that situation, again, I just want to encourage you to keep going, keep moving forward. You can always undo it. It might be a little bit more costly, but you can always take it back apart and fix it the way you want, make it right, whatever the case may be. All right, so I'm going to put that board up real quick. Yes, just to see the clock running. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of nails started. So once I get up on top of the ladder, I don't really have to worry about it. And just one on each side should suffice. All I'm going to do is pop it up there, and just kind kind of make sure it's somewhat, not exactly flush against this or flush against that, just somewhat. It's not going to be exactly crossing. That's okay. This is exactly what I'm wanting right here. I think you hear that commotion. Let's go check out what's going on over here. What are you doing? You getting caught around the bathhouse? Huh? Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Hey, come around this way, okay? There you go. Go, 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 go. There you go. Come here. Come here. Well, somebody's phone's going off. Yeah, this is Ferguson. Ferguson, say hi to everybody. Ferguson, say hi. Yeah. Alright, so to show you what I have in mind here for the support that's going to go on top of the front of the structure here, and that's going to raise that roof up a little bit. The roof is going to be supported by this structure here and that back beam. I'll run a 2x4 on the back as well. What I've done here, I just got 10 foot 2x4s that I haven't cut, and then I cut 12-inch pieces, and with the 2 inches here, 2 inches here, it's going to raise it 16 inches higher on the front than on the back. And you kind of see what I have in mind here. This is going to be a booger trying to get it up to the top. I have to be careful about that. It's going to be a little on the heavy side, but it's definitely going to be doable. And I'll have you know, a couple places there to 3 different points to nail it to, and I believe that's going to work really well. And then once I put the supports for the roof, you know, the trusses, that'll tighten it up even more. So let's get started. All right, so I got the framing for the front wall up so we can make the front part of the roof higher. And it's going to record this for me and be ready to call 911 in case I fall, because I'm going to try to get this up here by myself. I don't really have, and it's got to be careful because of her back and stuff, and I don't have anybody else up here to help. But what I made sure I did is make sure I don't have anything down here that I can fall on, especially boards with nails in it, and same thing with the platform there. So, let's see how this goes. I got my hammer and nails ready to go, so let's see if I can get it up there. Does that look flush down there on the corners? Does it look like I can nail it in there?
That much more.
That way?
That way.
A little more?
Little smidge more. Yeah. I find it so amusing that everybody asks a legally blind woman how things line up and stuff. And y'all just take my word for it.
Yeah, why not? You still managed to pick out a handsome fella. I'm just going to put one nail in there, so that will let me come down and adjust the corners if I need to. I got a little bit exposed there so I can take that nail out. I don't have the best ladder, I know that, guys. You don't have to comment on that. I know I'm not standing on it right, but sometimes you just work with what you got. At least I got somebody call 911 for me in case of fall. Alright, so I'll hop back up on the ladder real quick, get the other 2 sides, and then we'll keep moving. Alright, so I had to take this off real quick. The reason why is I need a board running from front to back on each end. To kind of support the roof, right? So I took this off. I already ran one over there to see how it's going to do, and I'm going to put the other one up right here real quick. And now I can flip this back over and nail it on top of there. I'm going to run another 2x4 along the back side, and that's where my trusses will, I think you call them trusses for roofs, right? I think so. So I'm going to get this other 2x4 up here, show you exactly how we're doing this. I didn't want to take this big piece off, 'cause it's such a monster getting it up there. Just want to make sure that's cornered in there. And then I'll tack one nail on there, and I'll go down there and do the same on the back end. And then I can flip this front piece up again. All right, it's rafters. You ever wondered how they cut the rafters, get the angles on them? Just in case you missed that on my cabin build, for those of you that might recently subscribed, I'm going to show you how we cut the rafters. It's a pretty cool trick, and all you need is a 2x4. All right, so I want to cut a little line here, so this rafter here will sit flush right up against this plate, I guess you could call it. Again, all you need is a little piece of 2x4, or honestly, well, this is like 2x6. Well, it works because you're just going to use the width of the 2 inches, and honestly, this level could work too. I might actually just go with the level. So I don't 2x4. I'll probably use that if I had a 2x6 for the rafter, which is generally what you want to use. But we're not living in this, it's just a bathhouse. So what I'm going to do here is I'll lay this flat against the plate. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just run that line straight along through there. And that is it. I want to get real fancy with it. I can put this up against there, mark it on this side. Same thing there, and it'll just sit right nice in that pocket, but you got to pretty much get that perfect. Hopefully you saw that. So just sit that square right there, mark it with the pencil. I can't do it because I'm holding the GoPro in one hand. Yeah, same thing right here. Might be able to get this one. Yeah, I better not drop my GoPro. Anyway, you set this on flat through there, and you'll mark that line right there on the other side where you see my finger. And I'll show you that whenever I take it down and start to cut. I'll show you the cuts and everything, because yeah, I'll show you how I do that. And then down here, the reason I brought the level out is I kind of want to cut this to where, it's nice and straight. It's not, kicked back in an angle. But basically, let me switch hands here so I can show you. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that top right up there with that corner. Hopefully you can see that. And take my finger off of it maybe. All right, so yeah, that's about it right there. And I want to make sure that that bubble is level. And again, this structure isn't exactly quite level itself, or square for that matter, so that might be just a bit off, but yeah, I want to get a cut, kind of going straight down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this board, the front up there and the back here. I'll cut it out, and then I'm going to use that as a template for the other rafter that's going to go on that side. I think I'm just going to do 2 rafters and then a support going across here, because the roofing that I'm using is not heavy at all. It's just clear. It's going to let a lot of sunlight in, and I'm probably not going to need it. I just need that cross portion kind of hold up the rest of the the roofing. So yeah, let me show you what that looks like. All right, I don't know if you can see it there, my line's running this way. Now, I'm not going to cut just a square notch like I showed you up there. I'm just going to run it all the way out to the end. One of them will do that, and you'll see if you just keep running this one, you'll end up cutting your board in two. But I did make the mark here to kind of give me a little notch to rest it against, but I'll show you how to do that real quick. Yeah, it's like any cut, you're going to line up your little guide with your pencil line, and just go for it. I just had to back it out and keep going at it. So on here, you just want to make your cut right there to the line. And on the underside of it, it's not going to be cut all the way through. So that's where you're going to take your hand saw and just finish that cut out. And go ahead and get this notch started. Kind of same thing, get it started. And finish the cut with the hand saw. Clean that up a little bit. And I'll call that done. And this one down here, it's just a straight cut, no big deal. So now I'll do the same down here at the other end. Now I'm going to use this as a template for my other rafter. And I'm going to pre-drill some holes, nail them up there, and be good to go. All right, yet another day. You know, I've got the cowboy hat back on. It's gotten warm again, sunny. So anyway, I've got 3 rafters up. You can see them right there behind me. Yeah, my GoPro died yesterday. So, you know, while I was working, but I got that thing up, the 3 rafters. And so I'm gonna run some supports going side to side to hold the roofing up. And what I'm gonna do is use these hangers up there. I think that'll work. I think 3 rows of supports for the light roof, the clear roof that I'm putting on, I think that's going to work pretty well. It should be more than enough support. The only concern that I really have is when it's raining. Hopefully it doesn't leak. With the overlap and everything, it really shouldn't, because I mean, it's I'm not overlapping, you know, going from front to back. It's just from side to side, so no leaking should be in there. There may be some leaking where I actually screw it into the wood, but hopefully not. I haven't had that issue with the tin roof, but this is not tin. It's I forget, it's some kind of plastic or something. But anyway, let's get to work. All right, let me take you to the top and show you a little bit of detail on what I've done here. Pretty happy with it. I think it's going to work. Alright, so I got the joist hangers on there, and I tried to put them at an angle so this can kind of be level as that. So whenever this one I did a lot better job on, you know, level. So whenever the roofing sits up here, you know, it's going to have plenty of support. It can rest mostly on the flat instead of just on a piece of the corner. And that's why I did it that way. So I'm going to put another one down there, and then I'm going to do a set in the middle and a set down there in the back. So I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more of these to do. I'll get to it. All right, well, I reckon I'm going to wrap this video up right here. So I don't want to get too long, but I'll show you what I got done. I ran, you can't really see it from here, but there is one of the pieces here that's going to hold up the roof, again with the joist hangers there. And I also put this underneath to support that plate, because there's nothing up there and you know, it's just not as strong as if it was up on its edge. So I decided to put a little support right there in case when it rains, if it gets a little heavy and starts to sag, that'll keep it from sagging. And then I got that one up front done. I just got to do the one in the middle here still, and put up the roof. And then we'll get the walls, the steps, and the door done, and then it'll be pretty much dried in. I am going to put battens up, so it'll be board and batten style building. Probably use some sort of colored water seal to put on, like Thompson's water seal with the stain. And then we start doing the inside, getting the toilet and the shower hooked up in here, getting the tub. But hopefully they'll be dried in on the next video. And hopefully. All right, so for your word of encouragement, I want to share with you something I read today before I got started on the project. I was reading 1 Peter, and this is the Legacy Standard Bible. It is not released yet. If you go to their website, you can read the New Testament. This hasn't been released hard copy yet. This is 1 Peter chapter 1. Let's see, let's start with verse 6. It says, "In this you greatly rejoice, even though now for a little while, if necessary, you have been grieved by various trials, so that the proof of your faith, being more precious than gold, which is perishable, even though tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Jesus Christ. And though you have not seen him, you love him. And though you do not see him now, but believe in him, you rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory, receiving as the outcome of your faith the salvation of your souls." Just kind of hit me pretty hard today when I read it, and I just wanted to share that with you. You know, most of us go through trials and a bit of suffering and everything like that, and this kind of speaks to that. And I love how it says, even though we haven't seen him, we love him. And though we don't see him now, we believe in him and rejoice with joy inexpressible and full of glory. You know, joy takes on a different meaning whenever, you know, you choose to be joyful. You realize you have joy in Jesus Christ while you're going through suffering, you're going through trials, you know, times of testing, things of that nature. Like I recently went through with my Uncle Bucky, and you know, going through with lack of time with my kids and stuff like that. So anyway, I hope that encourages you, and thanks again for watching the video. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.